Hey guys, kind of bored tonight. Didn't really film anything for the last day and a half, I guess. We went to Olive Garden, used a couple of our gift cards. Got off work a little bit early today. I'm not working tomorrow, so sort of a what do I talk about kind of day. Because I still want to upload some stuff. You know, I don't really want to pass over 2 or 3 days without uploading videos. Because I don't want to lose you guys' views or your trust. Got to keep that bond tight. Basically, I realized I didn't show you the presents that I got, like the 2 main presents I got for Christmas. I showed you the family stuff that was given to us, but this year me and Katie decided to just do basically I'll go get a few things that I want, and she can get some stuff off of thinkgeek.com that she wants. We didn't even put up a tree, yada yada. You guys know all that if you watched the Christmas video. I got her a nice book. Yes, it is video game related, but it's still nice. It is Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Collector's Edition, Strategy Guide. It's pretty big, so it's hard to get in the camera. It is, to not even ramble on about what makes that special. Basically, they had sold out right when they first came out. They normally don't do reprints of collector's edition stuff, but for whatever reason they decided this was worthy of it, so they did a second edition. They were originally going for like $100 on eBay, and then when this came out they dropped back down in price. It's for that big ass box, that big game, which Katie has been playing since it came out, as much as she can, when I'm not begging her to do something else, you know, with me. But I got a couple systems that one I had actually owned back in the day when I was like 10 or 11 years old for about this long, and the other one I've never owned, but I own games for. The first one is the Sega Genesis. It's a Genesis 3 model. It's nice and small and compact. I decided to get this one instead of like one of the bigger versions, the older ones, because I'm sort of running out of room for systems, and there's still more I want to get. So I went for the compact, cute, adorable one. And the other one is, I guess I could tell you the short story. Hold on. I'll tell you the short story of me owning that at one time. A friend of mine, when I was 10 or 11 years old, his mom, he owned one. His mom decided that he needed to get rid of it because they had become newly super Christians, I guess would be the best way to describe it. In less than a year, their family transformed into this, like, you can't play video games or do anything that could remotely be related with magic or evil or darkness or anything like that, so they had to throw away a lot of their stuff, a lot of their toys. I wasn't really allowed even to go over there anymore, except if they were going to church. Then I was allowed to go to church with them because the mom probably thought that I'd be saved if I went. That's like a whole nother vlog and story in its own of some interesting stories I could tell about that, which I might. That'd be kind of interesting. But anyways, they threw their system away. I got it like he had told me. Hey, my mom just threw my Genesis in the garbage. If you want to get, you know, you could go grab it out of there, but she won't let me take it out of there. So I went over and I took it out, and it was pretty nasty, and I think it only kind of worked. In fact, one part of it was broken, and I think he had 2 or 3 games for it, 3 games, and I think it worked for another month or 2, and then I ended up just chucking it because it was pretty nasty. So that is the first story of when I owned that original Genesis. The other thing I got was another Sega system. I've never owned this system before. It is hiding back in this cave. That's a close-up of my eye and cheek. That's kind of cool. It's right over there. Can you see it? It's Sega Saturn. One of the early disc-based systems. This back here is extra memory because the little watch battery-sized batteries inside tend to die on them for the memory. I own actually quite a few games for the Saturn for non-gamers that watch my channel. The Sega Saturn has some of the most expensive games basically also some of the hardest ones to find. They can easily go from anywhere around the $100 mark all the way up to over $200 for a few of them. And I've owned a lot of those for years and years, and I've never got a chance to play them. And I know that sounds crazy, but I figured it's easier to get the system, because I think we paid $35 for the Sega Saturn, and it's easier to get that than it was to get a lot of these games, and I got them when they were cheaper than they are now. Blech. I don't think I just mentioned that I went to M&M Games to get those two systems, which is a shop that I showed you guys on the vlog a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago. It was at least a month ago. But that store actually now have a couple or a gift certificate I got for Christmas as well. So I got to go back. But that kind of ties into this little short story of I have my games I've been wanting for years, and I write them down on a piece of paper and I scribble them, and it's, you know, sort of kiddish on notebook paper, but that's how I've always done it. I've taken them to the store, many different stores around the country, and I took them to M&M's Games, and when I got these two systems a few weeks ago, and a guy at the counter made a comment, "Oh, you brought your list in again, haha, you know, that's kind of cool, and you know, why don't you either just print them up on the computer and bring it in, or why don't you, type it on your you know, I guess he was assuming I had an iPhone or whatever. You know, why don't you put it on there, or why don't you get a little notepad, blah, blah, blah. Joking around. Turns out, I get home, I left the notes in my pocket of a pair of pants that got stuck in the wrong clothes pile. They were supposed to go in the, hey, these aren't totally dirty and nasty pile, I can still wear these. Well, somehow they got into the, you know, go wash these pile. Katie didn't check the pockets, which I found out now, she doesn't check the pockets to anything when she washes them. So I was like, hey, can you mind checking the pockets from now on in case I forget or it gets mixed up or blah, blah, blah. So yeah, so they're destroyed. So years and years of writing down my games I've wanted are all gone. So now I got to go online, research some old crap, and write them down again. That ain't going to be that fun, because that was literally a few years worth of work, which, you know, now technology is a lot easier to use on computer and search engines and all that kind of stuff. It won't maybe take me, you know, years, obviously, but it'll take me a few months to at least even get back to where I was. That sucked. That's basically it. And I don't want to ramble on too long about random video games and stuff. I do want to do a few more video game only vlogs in the near future. So if you see the title and it looks game-ish, you know, and you're not really a big fan, don't be scared. You know, you can still click on and watch me, or just let the video play in the background, you know, while you're making love or cookies or bacon. That's a big thing going on right now. Everyone seems to be on a baking kick. So yeah, that's about it. I'm trying to think. I had started recording a little earlier, and I stopped because I heard the cats screwing around. I went out there, and then I didn't really want to edit anything, so I just wanted to do this like in a big one-take video. So I'm just racking my brain as I ramble on and think of things that I might have forgotten and blah 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 blah. And that's it. So I'm not gonna sit here anymore. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bleh.